Hi, my name is Juliana Rodriguez and I'm in group number 2, Treadmill Use. According to Burton Act 2010, a study done on 5,101 students at Andrews University to see how frequently their students engage in physical activity. 45% of the population was male and 55% was female. They used the microfit tool to measure body composition, blood pressure for a resting heart, and they also measured their VO2 max during a period of exercise. They argued that the BMI for college students had increased. The mean percentage for the male population was 24.1 kilograms per meter square, and for the female population it was 24.0 kilograms per meter square. The study covered a 10-year period, showing a significant drop in both the male and female students who are physically in shape. They saw a decline over the years, and they said that around 35% of U.S. college students are or will become overweight and obese. Engaging in regular physical activity decreases the risk of suffering from heart-related illnesses. For example, hypertension. Physical activity can also reduce stress levels among college students. On a cohort study done in 18,881 students on hypertension from 1962 to 1998 following a mortality rate, hypertension has been found in many young adults, having major consequences in the future. They followed adjustments for age, BMI, and smoking. Physical activity can reduce all of these. According to the results, there was an elevated mortality rate of CHD deaths in those who were pre-hypertensive. Some positive outcomes from engaging in physical activity, for example, it can lower our blood glucose, which will reduce our risk for type 2 diabetes. The second benefit of physical activity, it helps boost our energy levels. And the last, which is a plus for us college students, physical activity has been proven to enhance memory concentration. And now to move on to our CHIS data table. For our CHIS data table, I entered the geographic area results under Fresno County. The main topic was under health behaviors for the option in physical activity and exercise. I compared it to elevated blood pressures in teens. According to the 2007 California Health Survey, 628,000 teens in Fresno County were interviewed to observe how many attended a park and link if any suffered from high blood pressure. Interviewees had two choices. Either they attended a park or an unclosed area, and the second choice, they didn't attend any in the past month. An estimated that attended the park or an open space was a total of 371,000. 46.8% have or had high blood pressure. 63.8% didn't. An estimated of 258,000 for those who had never attended a park or any unclosed space. The total diagnosed with high blood pressure was even higher. 53.2% had high blood pressure and 36.2% did not have high blood pressure. It can be said that by attending an unclosed space or a playground, our risk for high blood pressure can be lowered. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Betty and I will be discussing our methods, procedure, instrument, and pilot. For our group project, we wanted to prove our hypothesis. Do females use the treadmill more than males? So in order to prove our hypothesis, we needed to gather data. We did an observational study design. So from there, we did observations in the rec center to get the data and determine how many females and males attend the rec center, and from those, how many actually use the treadmill between the two different genders. The total of 304 students attended the rec center between Monday through Thursday. From those, only 102 used the treadmill. For our procedure, in order to get the data, we decided to divide the observations between two different groups. Each group consisted of 3 members. One would count the students entering, and the other 2 would actually go and observe the treadmills and count how many students were on there. Each session would last an hour long, and the groups did observations during the afternoon, midday, and evening. So they got different times to get different data and at the same time, and we would just think that it would give errors to our data. If a person would step off the treadmill, we would not count them again just to not make another error. So for our instruments, we used categorical data. This consisted of the gender, time, and the day. So to gather our data, we used a tally sheet just to keep count, and it'll be easy for us to show show between observers. We also conducted a pilot, and we did the pilot in order just to test and see if our observations and if the way we planned it would work, and if not, we can fix it. So we went for 2 days. We decided to go on Tuesday and Wednesday, and each observation just lasted 30 minutes. So on Tuesday, we had a slight error. One of the observers actually had 14 females and the other had 15 females. So they were just off by one number. But we came to the conclusion that this error was made because of the way that they were standing in the different points, and they probably missed a person or they double counted one person. So then the ones that went on Wednesday, the both observers actually got the same data. So by doing this pilot, we got to see where we made an error and how we needed to correct it. So we decided that instead of just the observers standing in different areas, they should stand in the same area on the top where they can see both the top and bottom of the treadmills and then count the different genders. So this helped us out by gathering the correct data, and both observers would get that same actual data.
My name is Aaron, and I'll be discussing with you the second portion of our method section, which dealt with the observation of males and females as they entered and attended the rec center. During our observation, we had 158 males and 146 females. I have a couple articles that will discuss some of the differences as to why we thought males or females attended more or less. The first article dealt with the body image and self-esteem factors involved between males and females. Females in this study had a higher dissatisfaction with their body image, and females' self-esteem was directly correlated with their overall body weight. Females were much more likely to have low self-esteem, depression, and eating disorders in relation to their body image, while males, although were preoccupied with weight in a certain degree, had a much greater reliability on the desire to add muscle mass in relation to self-esteem. My second article dealt with some of the risk factors involved in obesity in college students and how this can carry into adulthood. A lot of students will come into college, and due to the lack of activity, stopping high school sports, and the upping in responsibility, they can put on the freshman 15, and this type of behavior can carry into adulthood. A survey of 5,000 students at the University of North Carolina and Duke said that 40% of the students surveyed felt that food had a large portion or was controlling their lives. 46% of the overweight students reported having complete physical inactivity, and 37% of those of normal weight students surveyed reported no physical activity. The third article I had was a survey of 500 students at a Midwestern university, and students reported an average of 30 hours per week doing sedentary behaviors. This is TV, studying, and being on the computer. And the differences between males and females in this study were males were more likely to have participate in these sedentary behaviors, watching TV, etc., but also were more likely to have a physical exercise routine, spent more hours per week in the gym or outside, while females were less likely to participate in these sedentary behaviors, less hours per week, but at the same time had less hours per week doing physical exercise. I believe that our purpose was to watch males and females as they entered the gym and try and see which differences and similarities we could see between why they may have attended or why not. Some of these articles back the differences that we assumed that males were there to try and lift weights and gain muscle mass, while females may have attended in order to up their body image by losing weight. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yi. Thank you for taking your time to watch this presentation of Group 2. The results to our observation are presented in separate categories. 1. Recreational usage by gender at Fresno State, and 2. Treadmill usage by gender. I will be discussing about half of the result based on recreation usage, meaning based on gender, how many comes to the recreation center. My partner Yolanda will be discussing the second part, which is about treadmill usage. As my other group member have explained about our protocol procedure, we place an observer at the front entrance of the recreation center. The observer telemarked the student that entered the recreation center based upon their gender for 1 full hour. Table 1 here shows the results of students using recreation center and treadmill uses by gender. Since I am discussing about recreation usage, we put entrant as a variable, and underneath it are the days and time. We observed the student on Monday, 12 till 1, Tuesday, 3:30 till 4:30, Wednesday, 3 till 4, and Thursday, 11:30 till 12:30. Based on our observation, we found that the results of male entering the recreation center on Monday is 47%, followed by 56% on Tuesday, 45% on Wednesday, and 58% on Thursday. For female, the rates are 53% for Monday, 44% on Tuesday, 55% on Wednesday, and 42% on Thursday. The total number of male and female using the rec center for the entire 4 days resulted in 52% for male and 48% for female. This means that male are more likely to use the recreation center than female. Thank you.
As you all know, our group goal was to figure out who uses the treadmill more out of males and females that attend Fresno State. The observations that we made were done during the morning time, midday, and late afternoons. We did collect data from Monday to Thursday, and on this table behind me, you can see the data collection that we actually got from our project. I didn't include the whole week. I only included Monday and Tuesday, and basically this table is showing the calculations that we did based off of how many males and females entered the rec center, and out of those people, how many of them actually used the treadmill. For Monday, you can see that we had a total of 70 males attending the gym, and out of those 70 males, only 10 of them actually used the treadmill. For the females, we had a total attendance of 55 for that day, and majority of them actually did use the treadmill. We had a total of 26 females. For Tuesday, we had a very small amount compared to Monday on how many people actually attended the rec center that day. For the males, we had a total of 29, and out of those 29, only 9 of them actually used the treadmill. And out of the 32 females that attended on Tuesday, 12 of them actually used the treadmill that day. So basically, based off some of these observations, you can see that females actually use the treadmills more than males. The table clearly shows that, and that's only Monday and Tuesday's data. We still have Wednesday and Thursday, which gave us a higher amount of attendance on treadmills. One of the reasons why we believe that females actually use the treadmill more was because males use the rec center primarily for weightlifting and building muscle versus women. Women spend less time actually using weights and use more of their time towards the treadmills because they focus more on getting a lean body versus a muscular one, which is what guys really want. Based off of this, another thing that we came to a conclusion was that males did have a higher rate of attendance at the gym, even though they didn't use the treadmills. We had a total of 304 students that actually did go to the rec center when we collected our data, and out of those 304, 158 of them were actually male, and 146 of them were females. I did a little bit of research on this just to see what other people, had as results, and I came across this article which mentioned that men typically tend to be more active than women. And I definitely agree with that, as well as my group, because when you go to a gym, you will notice that there is a lot more males at the gym versus females. And that is all the data that we have collected, and effectively, yes, females do use the treadmills more than males.
In conclusion, after conducting this observational study to determine the differences in the use of the treadmills between genders, we found that more males attend the Fresno State Rec Center than females. However, females use the treadmill more than males do. Our results indicated that on Tuesday, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., and Thursday, 11:30 to 12:30 p.m., Males attended the rec center more than females did. 56% of males attended, while 44% of females attended. The number of females that used the treadmill on those days were a significant amount. 72% of females used the treadmill on Tuesday, and 64% of females used the treadmill on Thursday. On the days of Monday, 12 to 1 p.m., and Wednesday, 3 to 4 p.m., females attended the rec center more than males. However, females still used the treadmill more than males, but the numbers were a lot closer in proximity than the days of Tuesdays and Thursdays. There was a total of 57% of females that used a treadmill on Monday, and 58% of females used a treadmill on Wednesday. The study conducted by Bernack correlates this because it shows that the United States college student will become overweight or obese over time. However, the students at Fresno State are decreasing their risk of heart disease and other chronic illnesses by going to the rec center and exercising. A study done by MacArthur and Radick demonstrated that race and sex differences amongst college students correlates to their physical activity. The method that they use is a survey research protocol, and they had a total of 636 undergraduates participating who were enrolled in physical activity or a fitness course, and 395 were female and 241 were male. They used a self-administered questionnaire to pass out to the participants, and the questions were based off of leisure time and physical exercise questions. The results of the study showed that college students exercise 3.5 days a week, and it showed the importance of self-management skills and health promotion towards college students. This relates to our study because it demonstrates that the students at Fresno State campus are being physically active. Another study that was done by Nelson, Gortmaker, Subramanian, and Chiang showed the disparities in overweight and obesity amongst U.S. college students. They use a multi-level analysis of BMI, physical activity, and television viewing as a method to obtain their results. Their results indicated that obesity increases over time amongst college students, and a majority of males are more likely to be overweight or obese than females. Also, factors such as television and no amount of physical activity contribute to being overweight or obese. The results from our study indicate that the students at Fresno State are participating in physical activity and are attending the gym on a regular basis. Huang, Harris, Lee, and Nazir conducted a study that ties in with this study. They assessed overweight, obesity, diet, and physical activity in college students. They used a cross-sectional survey to 736 college students at University of Kansas. This survey had questions ranging from BMI, dietary habits, and physical activity. Their results showed that male students reported more exercise more days per week than females, and that males were more likely to be overweight than females. This study had the same findings that the previous study mentioned demonstrated.